Happening this weekend, a local pub will be hosting former Tigers player Brandon Inge for Hot Stove Night. Joining us in studio this morning with all the exciting details, we welcome Steve Johnson and Judge Duncan Beagle to the show. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you.
Same here.
You already got the Tigers gear. You're ready to go here this morning. Looking great.
We're ready to go.
Yes, sir. You know, this is all happening at Foutch's Strike Zone. Have you hosted this event before? And tell us all about the purpose behind
We've
it.
hosted it several times, and we've had several famous Tigers that everybody remembers, the Gibsons, the Trammels, manager Jim Leland,
Jack
several.
Morris.
Yeah, we've had many of them.
Yeah, how do you pull this off?
We've got a close friend who pretty much was in charge of all baseball activities in Lakeland, Florida. And he's known these Tigers for about 10, 15, 20 years. So when he calls, they listen.
I like that, and so do the fans. Well, tell us a little bit more about Hot Stove Night. What is it all about?
Well, what we try to do is we're trying to raise funds to keep Whaley and Broome Parks alive and well here in the city of Flint. Those are the two last parks that we have that really have significance towards baseball in the city of Flint, and we're in the surrounding areas, Genesee County. We're just trying to keep baseball alive.
Yeah, talk about the history with those parks and what they mean to you personally.
Well, I remember I played baseball, and I was the first one to pitch a baseball game at Broome Park. But we're going back about 100 years. You got to remember
get out
that.
of here.
but that's our youth baseball, and it's for both baseball and softball, in addition to the fields themselves.
See, we all started back in midgets, okay? Over at Bassett Park is where I started, and it was from the time like we were like 10 years old, and shot right on up to Broome Park and Whaley Park. You see, and at that point, those two parks were the parks you wanted to play at.
Yeah.
See, then I became an umpire, so I got to work there a lot.
Well, you were big time regardless. I like that. Well, and you know, why is it so important to you to keep the sport going for other generations?
You know, there's a lot of challenges to baseball and softball right now, a lot more female sports and so forth, so we realize we got to go out there and we got to introduce the game to younger people and give them a chance to recognize the real good points about it. So it's a challenge, but we hope with the money we raise, we're able to support baseball to the nth degree.
Wonderful. And let's, again, go back to Brandon coming in here. Why are you so excited about this, and what do people need to know?
Well, number one, you know, Brandon was with the Tigers for like 12 years, okay? And he had been 2 years that he hit 27 home runs. He was an all-star player, okay? And then for him to come down and visit us and speak at one of our events, you know, we're thrilled.
That is wonderful. So how can people get involved with this? Do they need to buy tickets in advance, or how does this work?
Well, Saturday right now is the event, Saturday at 3 o'clock, okay? Tickets will be available at the door.
Okay.
Okay, so don't be afraid to come on in, all right? And then we'll have lunch, and we'll have a lot of camaraderie, and that's the number one thing, is the camaraderie of everybody, and not to mention the stories that we're going to hear from Brandon Inge about the Tigers.
Oh, I bet.
Behind the scenes, the things you don't get to hear.
Oh, of course, and it sounds like it'll be a wonderful time. And, you know, what does it mean to you to see this support?
It's unbelievable. I've got my Tiger tie that I've had for 20 years, so I'm a baseball junkie, and many of us are. But like I said, we can't assume that baseball will forever have the popularity it's had in the past, so we're out there hustling, trying to get younger people involved, and women as well in softball.
Sure, and you know, again, what do you think the fans get out of this experience? I mean, this is a great opportunity.
The number one thing is to come on over there and absolutely get a chance to meet a former Tiger.
Yeah.
Okay, and then not to mention all the guys that show up that have been around forever, that you haven't seen forever, and we usually fill the place up.
I bet you do.
Yeah,
I bet you do.
And so, you know, it's just an awful lot of fun for the day, that's for sure.
I have to put people under oath, make sure that on their old war stories, they're telling the truth about everything.
All right, run through the details one more time so people can get ready for this. When is it happening?
Well, it's happening Saturday at 3 o'clock at Foutch's Pub. That's right on the corner of Corona and Linden Roads. And you just, you know, show up at 3 o'clock, grab a ticket, and we'll get you in. And then, you know, we'll have, like I say, we'll have a lot of camaraderie at that point.
Yeah.
Then we'll have dinner. Then Brandon will speak. And then we'll have a question and answer period thereafter. So
should be a wonderful time, and again, for a great reason. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, we appreciate you having us.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right, so